All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin, and if you have been following me on my Periscope channel, I am the owner and operator and astrologer at No Big Secrets Yoga and Astrology. So, a little bit about me. I'm a Vedic astrologer or an Indian astrologer, and so I basically use the Indian zodiac, and I'll be doing more videos about this in the future. This is actually kind of a test video because I do like 90% of my broadcasting on Periscope. So if you want to catch me on my website, it's at nobsyoga.com, and I got some good stuff on there. I got a blog on the Yoga Sutras. I also have a blog on astrology, and also too, if you want to book a consultation with me, that's a good place to do it. So this is me trying to leverage my YouTube channel though, because Periscope has not been that great for live broadcasting and also to sharing out my screen. So what you're seeing right now here on the screen is this is actually the program that I like to use. This is Sri Jyoti Star 7 Pro. And so this is one of the programs that you can use with Vedic astrology. This one I paid for myself. It's about $300. It's written by Andrew Foss, a guy that I know. He's very great, talented astrologer, and he did all the programming. What I really like about it is I can actually do a lot of customization with the software. So what you see right now is the basic layout that I use. And what we're looking at right now here is Donald Trump's chart. And so I predicted that Donald Trump would win the presidency probably since about early 2016. And so the reason why I made that prediction is if you go back and you look to the time when Donald Trump announced his run for presidency, there was a conjunction between Jupiter and Venus were conjunct close as ascendant on the fixed star Regulus. And this was really a lot of astrologers back then were saying that this was going to foretell the coming of some sort of prince or somebody that has a lot of power and somebody that's going to change society a lot. And so I was just like, I didn't really think about it. And then when I looked back, I did a Google image search for the date, and of course it was the one from the New Yorker where Donald Trump is doing a splash down into the pool and he announced his presidency. And I'm just like, man, this can't be the guy. Well, things progressed, and I was just like, okay, Donald Trump is going to be the president. And so what you're looking at is Donald Trump's Vedic astrology chart right here. So really there's a whole bunch of different things that I like to put in here. This is the basic chart in the upper left-hand corner. This is called the Rashi chart or the D1 chart. To the right of this, this is basically the Vimshatori Dasha system, and this is his planetary periods here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to up the date here to a little bit closer to present day. And what we're going to do is kind of take a look at one of the biggest indicators of him becoming a president. And then over here too, I like to use fixed stars because it's a really great prediction tool. It adds a lot to Vedic astrology and astrology in general. They were out of popularity quite a long time ago, but now they're starting to come back. And I really love them because when they're conjunct a planet or anything else in the birth chart, it gives extra meaning to the chart. And also too, I found that when you are calculating the dasha cycle, if you have planets conjunct the fixed star, the dasha cycle will actually activate that in the Maha or Bhukti dasha, okay? So what we're looking what we are looking at here right now is Donald Trump's dasha cycle. And if you're looking at this right here, this was probably one of the biggest indicators of him becoming a president. Right here you see on 11/16, 2016, he started his Jupiter Dasha like 2 weeks after the election. And at the time, his Jupiter was returning here in the sign of, let's see, it's the sign of Virgo. So when you see these two events come together, you can make a pretty positive prediction about something, especially if somebody is running for office or if they're making any decisions in their life. This is a good indicator of a win or a big change, okay? And so the one of the things to that, so time has gone by, and of course, a lot of the apocalyptic predictions that people were predicting did not come true. One of the things that I was talking about with Donald Trump is that if he made it through his Sade Sate, which was the transit of Saturn over his natal moon, which happened here in August, they're not going to be able to get him on any crimes. And I stand by that prediction. So we're starting to see the investigation turn around. And so for some reason, a lot of Vedic astrologers and astrologers are really vested in the destruction of Donald Trump, and I really don't get that. I think what happens is there's a lot of bias in astrology. And you can see some of this bias in a lot of other Vedic astrologers. And so I try to be a little bit honest. I tend to lean more libertarian. So usually when I look for things, I'm trying to look for smaller government, freedom, trying to free the people from trying to free them to be the most individualistic they can, because what you can do is you can actually self-actualize through the practice of astrology. It's not just for predicting the future, it's for really getting to getting to know yourself. So I've also too been practicing Kriya Yoga now for about 15 years, and it's really helped me kind of get into higher states of consciousness. And really, Kriya Yoga directly relates to this chart, and I'll go over that in another podcast. So the other thing that is very, very important that I want to show you is Donald Trump's chart in relation to the chart of the United States. Now, this is, I think, the smoking gun of really Donald Trump's presidency and how dramatic and how important it is to the United States of America. So what you're looking at here is basically Donald Trump's chart. This is like the classical circle chart that they use in Western astrology. I like this because this is actually great for showing compatibility. And on the outside is the United States of America. So for the United States of America, I like to use, let's see, July 4th here, 1776 at 6:30 p.m. in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There's been a lot of research done, and I think this is the chart that astrologers have been using for predictions in the United States. Okay. So when we look at this, you can see the synastry of these planets. So when you have a chart come together, you want to look up these dots lining up, and these dots represent the planets. So you have Mercury and Jupiter here. They're conjunct in both charts. Mercury and Saturn here are very closely conjunct. Pluto and the north node of the moon, those charts are those are very close, right? And then also too, you have Jupiter and Saturn. So when I look at this and I see somebody that's on the level of Julius Caesar in the United States as let's see, he's basically to the United States what Julius Caesar was to Rome. And so this Donald Trump is basically going to change the country for another Plutonian cycle. So another thing that we have going on right now in the United States here is the United States, its Pluto is starting to come to a return, which really means that there's going to be a change in the United States government. So I've been predicting that there's going to be a restructure of the United States government happening in 2019, 2020, all the way up through 2022. And really the way that I see that is I see there's a lot of debt restructuring going on. So really, if you live in the United States, you need to be prepared for this restructuring, okay? And I think it's going to come with kind of the restructuring of the United States debt and everything that comes with it. So, just really be mindful of how much you really depend on the government, because things are going to be changing dramatically. So, all right, well, that's all I had for today. I'm going to end this video. Hopefully this turned out well. If you want to book a consultation, go to nobsyoga.com and click on book a consultation. All my services and fees are there. And I plan to do more YouTube live videos here, and I'm going to check this one. Hopefully this one turned out well. So, all right, everybody, have a great night, and hopefully I will see you back. Let's see here, once I can figure out how to end OBS.